with Borough now just a week away from starting pre-season training and the actions hotting up on the transfer front, it looks as though the club should get 3 targets in, hopefully by next Monday, which is when the players are actually arrived through the door for all the pre-season bleep tests and the analysis of how fit they are after a summer off. At the moment, it looks like Harper and Digard are on the way to being completed, but there's still 1 or 2 bits and pieces to be done before they can sign the dotted line. First of all, Harper from Reading. Borough are really negotiating a fee on that one, and the player wants to come. He's excited about moving to Borough. He's pretty much made his mind up that this Borough is the club that he wants to go to. Digard, there's reports in the French press that he's frustrated with Paris Saint-Germain because there's problems over the fee again, although that again could be resolved fairly sharply. It just really depends on how desperate Borough are to wrap it up sooner rather than later. Harper tends to be a holding player for Reading, though he did of course score against Borough last season in that last gasp winner for Reading in a match that put Borough back amongst the relegation candidates. Digard again is a holding player. It would appear those players would be brought in to bolster the central midfield. There's not a great deal of goal scoring potential between them, although Harper of course has scored in the Premiership. Interestingly, Borough have also been linked with Marvin Emnes, who currently plays for Sparta Rotterdam, but I understand is very keen on a move to the Premier League. His agent told the Gazette today that he's going to make his mind up this week and resolve his future. Borough are well placed in that situation. At the moment, the situation seems to be that again, the clubs have to agree a fee, but he's only 20, he does score goals. It would be likely that he played on the right of midfield if he came, although he can play up front and on the left as well. So he's a one for the future, although he'd look at it probably a couple of £1 million, even perhaps rising to £2.5 million. And the only other player of note at the moment is a Dutch player called Ferry Body, who plays for Swansea. And again, he's more of a defensive-minded player. Perhaps he's being kept on the back burner in case Harper or Digard falls through. So there is movement, but I'm afraid nothing has actually been resolved as yet, though we promised, like I say, that 3 signings will be through the door by next Monday.